Welcome to Academic Gain Tutorials. In this video, we will look into the differences between direct and indirect expenses. Expenses refer to the cost incurred on something, and when it comes to business, the incurrence of expenses is a daily affair. These expenses may be related to production or regular business operations. Direct expenses refers to the expenditure different from direct material cost and direct labor cost, which are spent on the production of product or provision of service. These expenses can be easily identified and chargeable to a cost unit, cost center, job or cost object in an economically feasible way. Indirect expenses covers all those expenses which are not included in direct material, direct wages and direct expenses. Basically, these are the costs which benefit the entire firm as a whole and not just one department or segment of the business. So, let's look into the basic differences between direct and indirect expenses in a tabular form. Difference number 1. Direct expenses are the expenses apart from direct material or direct wages which can be traced with a particular territory, customer, product, job or process. On the other hand, indirect expenses are the expenses which cannot be directly identified or allocated to a particular cost object, job or cost unit, but they can be apportioned to and absorbed by the cost object. Number 2. Direct expenses are the expenses which are incurred in the manufacture of a product or provision of services, whereas indirect expenses are incurred in connection to the day-to-day business operations. Number 3. Direct expenses are outrightly allocable to the particular cost object or cost unit. Conversely, indirect expenses are apportioned on a suitable basis as they are shared among different product, service or department. Number 4. Direct expenses are considered when the cost of goods sold is ascertained, whereas indirect expenses do not form part of the cost of goods sold. Number 5. Direct expenses usually appear on the debit side of the trading account. On the contrary, indirect expenses are shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account. And difference number 6. Direct expenses forms part of the prime cost. On the other hand, indirect expenses are usually treated as overheads. By and large, direct expenses include all those expenses, excluding direct material and direct labor cost, which are incurred specifically for a product. These expenses varies according to the volume of the output produced. It plays an important role in the calculation of gross profit. On the other hand, indirect expenses are the costs of running and maintaining business, which benefits multiple departments or units at a time, and that is why they are shared by different products, segments or departments. Indirect expenses are debited in profit and loss account to arrive at net profit. So, these are the differences between direct and indirect expenses. If this lecture was helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.